contrary to what Kim said, cloned meat is actually not sold on the market. It can be sold without being labeled by FDA standards, but so far it is only used for breeding purposes. Also, cloned animals themselves are not genetically modified either. They are modified naturally by what happens is cloning will find the strongest animal in the bunch, the one that is usually most disease resistant, the one that has the strongest possibility of having the best tasting meat, and will clone them naturally, therefore producing clones that themselves are not modified but are naturally the best. Now, actually, they do not intend at all to be used cloning meat on the market. In fact, scientists only plan to be using clones for breeding purposes. Currently, the only uses for clones are not for food, but to what happens is they make the clones from the best animals, and then their offspring, which are not clones, are perfectly safe to eat and are also of the same best lineage as the clones and their hosts. Also, the research that was done by the FDA was not done by cloning companies. They actually, part of the research that they received was from the University of Connecticut, which did a study in 2005 and found that the beef and milk from the cloned cow did not pose any health or safety threats to the people consuming it. Also, another source that the FDA used was the Food and Safety Authority of the European Commission, who found that cloned animals do not pose any health risk to its consumers. Even if the cloned animals are not fully normal, the Commission found that their offspring are fully normal, and so that they can still be used for breeding of meat in today's markets. Also, according to the BNet Business Network, they have another source that the FDA used. It was found that there is nothing extra that has been inserted into the clones or the original animals, and they have not been manipulated to become something else that could be harmful. Also, it was situated that clones face, they have to be injected with lots of hormones to actually harvest the eggs, whereas getting the eggs out of pigs and other animals is as simple as a normal, basically, I guess you call abortion, except they use it on animals instead, and so therefore they do not need any special chemicals or anything. They just would do it normally, cut it out, suck it out, whichever way they choose. And they always are able to maintain that the that the host animal, where they got the embryo, is still intact and is not killed in this process. Also, a study done by the University of Utah found that only though a few clones are created for every batch that is trying to be made, these clones are still incredibly healthy, and by using them, they can still breed healthier livestock. And the object of cloning isn't to create herds and herds of cloned animals, which can then be chopped up and put on dinner plates. The only purpose is breeding and not eating the clones directly. Also, according to Marion Fisher-Bale, an expert on cloning and on farming, found that cloning animals isn't creating new problems for the animals being cloned. In fact, cloning animals is not harmful to the animals themselves. It's actually it's found in their risk assessment. This assessment part was done actually by farmers themselves, that about 72% of cow clones not affected by any normal fatal abnormalities during the first 6 months grow normally as any normal cow would. Also, the University of Utah found that even though one of the arguments used by scientists is that clones have shorter DNA strands, and so therefore their lifespans have negative effects where they live shorter lifespans and they're not able to reach full maturity. However, in all cases that have been observed of cloned animals, there has been no observable change in their amount of lifespan due to this. Also, cloned animals, one of the problems that oftentimes cloned animals face in abnormality is LOS, which causes basically abnormally large body parts in the animal, making it harder for them to basically breathe, do their basic function. And it's been found that even though this problem does persist in the majority of clones, most will not die from it and will actually resolve the problem in about a few weeks. Also, cloning animals does help them to create stronger breeds of animals. It's been found that even if cloned animals are not fully normal, their food is safe, and their offspring is always actually normal. Their offspring is never not. Also, it's been found that many of the causes of mortality in cows, such as lameness and infertility, are not found in cloned cows or their offspring. So their clones are actually much healthier than the normal breed. And also, cloned animals' offspring are normal, and they do not have increased health risks compared to other sexually produced animals themselves. So in conclusion, cloned animals, though not necessarily for food, but used for breeding, create stronger, better animals that are healthier and more resistant to diseases and other such ailments that usually kill animals, thus producing a stronger breed of animals for consumption.